Howdy, soldiers. I'm back. I skipped a week last week because I went on vacation, and then the day I got home, I had the most ginormous pimple that I have had since I was like 17 right there, so it's finally gone, and I can now film again. You also may notice that my shelves look a little bit different than last time you saw this, because I ran into another point not having enough shelf space. Again. For like the 4th time in the last year and a half. I have a problem. And my problem is I don't have enough bookshelves. So I went through yet another book purge, and I did pretty good this time around, actually. Again, pretty proud of myself. So I have another 37 books that I am going to unhaul for all of you today. This unhaul is like the unhaul of sequels, because I mentioned before that when I see a book that I like, I feel like I have to buy the whole series, regardless as if I like it or not. So I've gotten rid of a lot of trilogies lately, especially in my last book purge, but this time I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to keep the first one, but I really don't care about anything that happens after that first one. Hence why I'm going to get rid of the entire Selection series by Kira Cass, except for the Selection. Had a really fun time with this series, but there's nothing about it that makes me really want to keep it, besides the fact that the covers are beautiful. I've had many rants on this series, and I feel like I don't need these anymore. Now, I am a Divergent fan as much as the next person, but I really didn't like Insurgent or Allegiant, or 4, for that matter. So I'm gonna keep Divergent because, you know, good old memories, but I don't care about the sequels. These can go. 2 more sequel/companion novels to a book that I really liked, which was Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge, are Crimson Dawn and Bright Smoke Cold Fire, which I am getting rid of because these are just kind of mediocre, but I spent money on them, and the covers are really, really beautiful, so I just kept them because I just wanted them on my shelf, but I'm never gonna reread them, so I might as well give them off to someone else. And then I finally bit the bullet and said, Rachel, you're never going to reread or like The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare at all. These felt like fanfiction to me. I really did not like this book. I didn't like these stories, but I kept them on my shelf because I want to support Cassandra Clare. But I feel like there is enough support here already. And then a really fun book that I never ended up buying the sequel for, so I'm just gonna get rid of, is Alienated by Melissa Landers, which is actually kind of cool because it's a really weird, unique twist on aliens coming to Earth and like global pollution. It was cool, and the main character looks like me, so I felt like I had to keep it, but it's gonna go now. I also have tried reading Handmaid's Tale like 6 times. I really don't like Margaret Atwood, so it's going. And a book that's just so nice that I wanted to keep for so long is Bone Witch by Ren Chupeco, but I really did not like this book at all. Bye. And then I'm getting rid of Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody because it's an advanced copy that I got that I liked, but I felt was kind of mediocre. And unfortunately for this beautiful hardcover, I'm getting rid of Heartless by Marissa Mayer because this was so underwhelming to me. I'm so disappointed in how this turned out. I wanted it to be so much better, and it wasn't. But if you like Alice in Wonderland, give it a shot. After Ready Player One, Armada by Ernest Cline was like a 0 out of 10 to Ready Player One's like 9 or 10 out of 10, so goodbye. Why did I spend all this money on this hardcover? Next up is a book I actually haven't read, but The Memory Book by Laura Avery just sounds so sad that I really don't think I'm ever going to pick this up because I don't want to ruin myself that badly. And while I loved We Were Liars, Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart was good, but it wasn't awesome. I even got a signed edition, like, advanced copy. This was so exciting. Yeah. I honestly have no idea how many sequels are on this list, because here's another sequel, and that is The Boy Most Likely To by Becca Fitzpatrick. I really, really liked My Life Next Door. Again, I thought I had to have the whole thing on my shelf, so I got this one, and it was cool. It deals with, like, teenage pregnancy and parents, which is really awesome, but, I haven't reread this, ever. So someone else can have that now. And then Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger. It was a really fun book about finishing school, but like magical, mystical Victorian London finishing school with daggers and knives. This was fun, but I'm not gonna buy the sequels. I've told myself I'm gonna care about this book for like 2 years, so I give up, and that is Dividing Eden by Joelle Charbonneau. I just heard mediocre things about this, and as cool as it is, I haven't felt compelled to pick it up. And then I got sent a copy of Everything That Makes You by Moria McStay, but this isn't really my genre. I'm not too into mystery thriller novels, but it's really beautiful. So I'm sure someone will appreciate this a lot more than I will. I feel so bad. Here's another book that I got sent, which is The Map of Salt and Stars by Jennifer Zainab Jukhadar, which is supposed to be like the next Kite Runner, but for two girls in Afghanistan, which sounds really great, but that's not really something that I read. I'm sorry, you're so beautiful. And as much as I love Kelly Armstrong, Stolen, Bitten, and Frostbitten are books that I've had forever, and I don't feel compelled to keep them anymore, even though I really love this author. These next ones might be a little surprising, because y'all know I love my dark fairy books, but I'm also getting rid of Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. I always mix her up with Marissa Mayer. And The Replacement by Brenna Jovanoff, which was actually super cool. This was dark and creepy, and this was like super weird, but the writing styles just didn't grab me enough, which is very unfortunate, because look how freaking cool this cover is. Look how freaking cool this cover is. I talked about this book in my 5 weirdest reads video, and that is Incarcerin by Catherine Fisher, which was just so weird and so mind-boggling. So I do recommend this book, very much so, but I think I've outgrown my fondness for it, so hopefully someone else will enjoy that. Another book that I've outgrown my fondness for is Rampant by Diana Peterfrund, which is about killer unicorns. Can I get a hell yeah? This was fun to reread again, but I'm not going to reread it. Plus, what cover? Like, what is this? And my final sequels are also some Kelly Armstrong books, and that is The Awakening and The Reckoning, which are the 2 in the Summoning trilogy. I loved the first one. I'm gonna keep that one because it has a special place in my heart, but these 2 I really hated, honestly. I did not like these sequels at all, but I had to have them on my shelf because it was something that I had to do. And lastly is not only sequels, but the first of this series and the companion novel, because I'm just so freaking fed up with this series. I'm so mad that I've had it on my shelf for so long, keeping up so much space. It was kind of fun to reread again, but it just made me realize how much I hate this main character. And that is the Iron Fae Quadrit trilogy, however many there are in this series, by Julie Kagawa. So many rants on this channel are about this series, how much I freaking hate it. The main character's an idiot, but you know, the world is just so good, and I really liked rereading them because this was a big part of, you know, me discovering I liked creepy fairy books. But now someone else can go and be mad at them, or maybe really enjoy them. Who knows? Those are all 37 of my books that I'm getting rid of. I actually opened up a whole shelf and a half of space. I'm so proud of myself, but I don't think it's gonna be empty for very long. It's already half full. Now, I would say please leave down below if I should be keeping any of these, but I've made up my mind. You cannot convince me. I'm getting rid of all of them because there's just so many good new things coming out in the fall and next year. Oh my god, 2019. It's gonna be a freaking stellar year for new releases, so I need space, and I don't have any. If only you could see the mountain that is my floor at the moment. It's gonna take me a minute or 2 to like wade through it to get to the camera to shut it off. So I'm gonna leave all you guys, you know where to like the video, you know where to click to subscribe. I hope you guys are all having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!